So guys, the best CSGO players in the world currently and the best CSGO players all time, I actually think there's a couple of the greatest of all time as far as players go that are playing right now to this day. And then we'll talk about some of the players that have also retired and who we think is the actual GOAT, guys. So in an article, guys, that I'm going to be going through here for all of you from CounterStrikeBetting.com, who are the best CSGO players of all time? And I'm going through this list, guys, because a lot of these, even like the list itself, I agree with a lot of it. Some of it I may not agree with 100%, but let's just talk about it nonetheless. So, who are the best CSGO players of all time? If you've ever bet on an esport like CSGO, then you'll know how tricky it can be to predict the outcome. Whilst teams like SK Gaming can usually be counted on to deliver a winning result, it often just takes one exceptional player to turn your betting plans upside down. So, we are going to take a look at the best CSGO players at the moment and see how they shape up alongside some of the top Counter-Strike players of all time. Whilst this is no substitute for some of the CSGO betting advice that you can find in our CSGO betting strategy section, it should help you to boost your chances of getting a winning bet when the next batch of tempting CSGO betting matches come along. Why do you need to know who the top Counter-Strike players of all time are? Although the best CSGO betting sites usually just allow you to make bets on the results of the teams, it's essential to get a good understanding of who the best players of this iconic first-person shooter are. There is little doubt the CSGO is a thrilling team sport. It only takes a remarkable performance from an esports star like Coldzera to throw the bookies' odds out the window. We all know how regularly the best CSGO players can switch teams, and it's these rapid movements that can often cause one esports organization to flourish, whilst another team will suddenly fall. Regardless of whether they are playing for the terrorists or the counter-terrorists, the best CSGO players always seem to be one step ahead of the competition. This is not just because they put in plenty of practice, but it's because they have that innate ability to anticipate how the other team is operating. So, the best esports betting sites can put plenty of hours into formulating their odds for the best CSGO teams if you are willing to put some research into finding out who the top CSGO players of the moment are. You can get that all-important edge on your esports betting know-how. Our short list of the top Counter-Strike players of all time. CSGO has been around for just a handful of years. There have been a few key players who've managed to make this game become a world beater. So we've created a short list of the 12 top Counter-Strike players of all time so that you can see who defined how we play this game. And although there will be probably lots of outraged betting fans at Reddit who can't believe that we didn't include legends like Neil, Fire73, Arcadian, and Basic, there's a selection of CSGO players who prove to be untouchable in the esports realm. Number one being S1mple, guys. S1mple, I got to agree with this. Best, greatest of all time, the greatest I've ever seen at this point. It'll be interesting to see how much longer he can withstand this. Arguably the best player in the world, the 21-year-old player from Ukraine, has constantly picked up MVP medals and high place finishes for his team Na'Vi. S1mple's explosive play style is hard to match, and he has helped to carry Na'Vi to major playoffs for years. S1mple's most recent accomplishments including coming second at the Face It Major, first at ESL 1 Cologne 2018, and first at Star Series I-League Season 5. Coldzera, guys, is number 2 with over $837,000 in winnings. We couldn't miss Coldzera off our short list. The Brazilian ace has managed to help MIBR continue their incredible form thanks to his skill as a rifler. Coldzera first came to our attention with Dexterity Team, but it was his incredible run at Luminosity that truly showed the world what he was capable of. Coldzera's skill level is considered to be on another level alongside greats like S1mple. His fragging skill and ability to win out 1vx situations is unparalleled. If you want a good, reliable opportunity, then take a bet on Coldzera. Next, guys, is Device. There can be little doubt that Device is one of the most exciting players on the CSGO scene at the moment. At just 23 years of age, the Danish esports star has clocked up a staggering $929,000 in prize winnings thanks to his formidable skills as an AWPer. After brief tenures with Team Dignitas and Team Solo Mid, he now looks settled with Astralis, and we look forward to seeing how Device transforms the game of CSGO in the future. So up to this point, guys, I agree with these top three. Niko. Niko is undoubtedly one of the best players on FaZe, which is saying something when you consider their entire roster is filled with star players. When Niko shows up, he dominates the server, often bringing in 30 or 40 bombs in regulation. Niko's aim is incredible, and his ability to win clutch rounds with whatever weapons or utility he can get his hands on always impresses us. AllTime, this 25-year-old Swedish CSGO ace, is someone who has set the esports world on fire over the past few years. You only have to look at his incredible performances in big CSGO events such as ECS Season 4 and the E-League 2018 Major to realize that we are in the presence of one of the all-time greats. Whether he's playing with H2K, Fnatic, or his current team FaZe, AllTime's always managed to be in the right place at the right time. Not only is he a great player in the rifler position, but he's also tough to beat if he has an AWP in his hand. And with career prize money in excess of $689,000, it's clear that AllTime is an exceptional CSGO player. Guardian, this Slovakian CSGO ace, is a real wild card, and it's his adaptability that continues to make him one to watch when placing an esports bet. From his early days with Virtus Pro and Navi to his current place in the FaZe team, he's managed to constantly surprise us with his aggression and skill. Although Guardian is known for his talented handling of the AWP, it's this player's ability to adapt to any situation that's made him one of the most highly rated CSGO stars. So guys, like I said, this list is very good. Overall, I gotta say, this is a very good list of people. Fallen, this Brazilian ace currently plays in the AWP role for MIBR, and his consistency and dedication to the game have become an example for many younger players. His leading skills cannot be underestimated. It seems as though he's already got his sights set on bigger things. MIBR has recently undergone a roster change, adding YNK as coach. With YNK's guidance, we are about to see Fallen become an absolute machine. Duprey, playing for Astralis, this Danish player has made a name for himself for being one of the best entry fraggers in the world. Duprey also isn't afraid to take an AWP if his team loses Device earlier on in the round. Duprey has helped Astralis to climb to the #1 position in the world, and their reign doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. Rain, who was born August 1994, this Norwegian player has made his biggest success as a part of FaZe Clan. Rain plays as an entry fragger, and his aim and incredible ability to enter onto a site with impact always impresses us. Since Rain's start in CSGO, he has made approximately $524,000 in prize winnings. Kenny S, we all know that the sniper role is one of the hardest positions to master, but there's something about Kenny S's ability to command the sniper role that makes it look easy. Kenny S has hit a bit of a slump in recent months, but we know how he and the rest of the G2 crew can do when they are on their top game. We cannot wait to see Kenny S hit his peak again. Kenny S is one of those that I would maybe switch him out, guys, with one of the other one of the other players that they were mentioning. He's possibly someone I would maybe take off this list. But Crims has one of the most accomplished histories in CSGO. With many major wins under his belt and constant appearances at majors, Crims will go down in history as one of the best players in the world. Crim's current Fnatic roster may not be at the height of their career right now. We know that Crims has what it takes to show up to events, and we cannot wait to see how he performs in the future as well. Get Right, also known as Christopher Ellisund, Get Right has been captivating CSGO betting fans ever since he made his first appearance in 2007. Ellisund is another Swedish esports ace, but it's the way that he's managed to make the lurker position his own that makes him a favorite for many punters. Get Right has appeared at pretty much all of the best CSGO tournaments around, and alongside the rest of the Ninjas in Pajamas team, he will also represent a serious challenge for even the most well-prepared esports organization. Snax is the 25-year-old Polish professional CSGO player. Snax has created shockwaves in the esports world thanks to his phenomenal skill in the rifler position. Snax currently plays for Mouse Esports or Mouse Sports after being headhunted by the organization. Snax has played a huge part in bringing Mouse Sports into the spotlight. With estimated prize winnings in excess of 607,000, it's clear that Snax has come a long way since his first appearances with Universal Soldiers in 2011. And with some impressive consistency and concentration, we can expect big things from this Polish esports star in the future. Shox has always had a strong presence on the CSGO scene, and the French player is still working wonders with the G2 esports team. Thanks to his remarkable accuracy, he single-handedly lifted the fortunes of previous teams like Epsilon, and he's known as a lurker. He's a solid all-rounder in any position. The French star has been around for many years. But you only have to check out his performance at the recent Face It Major and Boston Major to understand how Shox has plenty more phenomenal games of CSGO in him. X610's is Existence. If you're looking for a CSGO player who's a great example of an in-game leader, then there are few better than Existence. The Belgian star is renowned for his cool analytical playing style, and he's helped G2 become a real player in the CSGO scene. At 28 years old, Existence is one of the older players in our shortlist, but his experience and lucidity has helped him become one of the all-time greats. Next, guys, is Forrest. Forrest is another Swedish CSGO veteran who's been providing a masterclass in gaming skill. Although he is best known for his Fnatic exploits, he's still playing with formidable style at Ninjas in Pajamas. Whether he's in the rifler position or the AWP role position, Forrest has always proved to be a player to watch. And with over $608,000 in total winnings, he's got a career record that cannot be argued with. So this list overall, guys, Existence, I really haven't actually watched him play that much. But other than that, I think that this was a pretty good list overall. I mean, Kenny S, I would maybe take him out. Maybe, it's hard to say. Maybe even taking, Crims off this list. But overall, guys, I think it's a pretty good list. I got to say, s1mple, I think if he wins some more majors, guys, I think s1mple is certainly going to go down as the greatest of all time, because he doesn't really, Navi's good, but he makes them so much better. I feel like teams like Astralis and even FaZe Clan, if s1mple was on one of those teams, I think they would be absolutely unstoppable. Just unstoppable forces to be reckoned with. But that's just my opinion. I would love to hear from you guys. Who do you guys think is the greatest player of all time? And who you guys think is the best playing right now? Why even the best CSGO players can let our esports betting strategies down. This list of the best CSGO players is by no means a fail-safe piece of CSGO betting advice for your next esports wager. We only have to remember how Team Liquid caused a shock victory in the ESG Tour Mykonos last year against SK Gaming to remember that anything is possible in the unpredictable world of CSGO. So a team can have formidable players like Coldzera and Fallen. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have a fail-safe bet on your hands. This is why you should always put plenty of research into each esports tournament and keep an eye on your betting budget by making small and wise bets. Final thoughts on the top Counter-Strike players of all time. Our short list of the best CSGO players is sure to generate plenty of controversy. There are so many great players like Neo, Markelov, GTR, and Taz who could have easily found their way onto our list. And it just shows how dynamic and exciting the current CSGO scene is when you have to leave the strong CSGO stars out of the final selection. But it's clear that there are many factors in determining who are the true all-time greats. It would be easy just to rank these stars according to their career winnings, there's so much more to CSGO than just being a part of a formidable team, and I cannot agree with that more. So our shortlist included those players who could be amongst the best regardless of which team they played for. After all, these were the CSGO stars who have the potential to be key players in the next big CSGO betting matches, and so they are definitely worth keeping an eye on the next time that you make a CSGO bet. And guys, I am not on this channel, and you know, even in this, you know, in this podcast, I am, you know, I'm not going to be promoting betting whatsoever in any form, whether you're at a casino or if you're going to do some CSGO betting. That's completely up to you if you want to do those things. I am not a betting guy. I do not feel confident whatsoever in making bets on any of those kinds of things, whether we're talking traditional sports like the NFL or in esports like CSGO. So I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think there's way better places to put your money as far as, you know, that is concerned. If you're going to bet on something, maybe the stock market would be a little bit better for you, but I just don't think that, I'm definitely not promoting betting on the channel. These are just, you know, showing off, of course, all the best and the all-time greats in CSGO. Like I said, guys, s1mple takes the cake for me. I think he is the greatest of all time, especially if he wins some, you know, more tournaments. I think that he's just going to solidify his legacy. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.